Very good morning, children. In yesterday's class of your first lesson, cell, its structure and functions, you learned about nucleus, its structure, functions, with the activity. Today, we learn about the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm means water. So now, if we observe any cell, animal cell, so nucleus is present at the center, and you can see mitochondria, then Golgi body you are observing, then ribosomes you can see, then vacuoles you can observe smaller size, then and ribosomes which are present on the Golgi apparatus you can observe, mitochondria you can see, then vacuoles you can observe. Means what here? If we observe onion peel under the microscope, which is which is stained with little, okay, if we observe it under the microscope, very lightly inside this cell, inside the cell membrane, we are going to observe a fluid-like structure, fluid-like content. So that fluid content, whichever is present, is called as a cytoplasm. Is it clear to you? Cytoplasm. So cytoplasm means what here? The inside that cell membrane, all the cell organelles are present. Like nucleus is there, Golgi apparatus is there, mitochondria is there, ribosomes are there, or lysosomes are there. All are present. Where they are present means inside the cell membrane they are present. Okay, so the liquid content whichever is present is called as a cytoplasm. But what happened? Each and every cell organelle, if we observe nucleus, so nucleus is bound by cell membrane again. Then the mitochondria is also having membrane. Then Golgi apparatus, membrane. So ribosomes, lysosomes, vacuoles, all are covered with the membrane. So nucleus, the membrane covering the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Is it not, children? Means what? So each and every cell organelle is having its own membrane which gives shape. But all the cell organelles where they are present means inside the cell membrane they are present, and just in a medium fluid content, that one we call it as a cytoplasm. Then cell organelles are present inside the cell, and all cell organelles we can observe in eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells, very few cell organelles are present and they are not covered with membrane. Please remember, that is the difference. Yesterday also we learned the differences between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So in eukaryotic cells, membrane bound cell organelles are present inside the cell of a cytoplasm. Whereas in prokaryotics, very few cell organelles are present and only few ribosomes are seen and genetic material is seen. Like that we learned. So then you are going to learn another content, another part also. You are learning. So here cytoplasm I mentioned. Okay, all cell organelles. Is it clear to you? Protoplasm. Protoplasm. So now all the life activities in the cell, in the long period of time, they were thought that it was happening because of the life fluid whichever is present inside the cell. Okay, then all the cell organelles which are present, it is just cytoplasm, and earlier this life fluid whatever it was there, it was called as protoplasm. Later it is renamed as a cytoplasm. After the discovery of a nucleus, we came to know that all the cell organelles, as they have their own cell membrane, so that the protoplasm whichever is present is renamed as a cytoplasm. Cytoplasm means what? That medium where the cell organelles are present inside the cell. Is it clear to children? Then protoplasm was renamed as a cytoplasm, which is said to be a cell fluid. So actually, what is the meaning of cytoplasm, children? It is said to be cell fluid. So inside that cell fluid only all the cell organelles are present and all the cell organelles are doing their own functions. For example, nucleus if you take, it is going to help in controlling, coordinating all other cell organelles. Then mitochondria is going to help in releasing energy. Ribosomes which are present there on the Golgi body or on the nucleus are they are going to help in protein synthesis. Then lysosomes, they are doing like that, they are doing different functions. I hope you understood. So all the membrane bound cell organelles which are present inside the cell, that one we call it as cytoplasm, whichever is said to be cell fluid in which all the cell organelles are present. Is it clear to children? The nucleus, inside the nucleus also you learned some kind of fluid content is present. What was the name? What is the name for that? You learned children yesterday. That is nucleoplasm. So that's why the protoplasm, amoeba, if you see, if you remember the parts, we used to write protoplasm. Bacteria, if you take protoplasm. So that protoplasm, whatever it was there with few cell organelles, okay. Then all the cell organelles which are present in eukaryotic cells after the discovery of nucleus, if it is observed, as that nucleus is separated with a membrane which we call nuclear membrane, and inside that membrane of nucleus we are observing nucleoplasm. So then the protoplasm, whichever is right, that is life fluid, is renamed as a cytoplasm, whichever is said to be cell fluid. Is it clear to children? So now let us learn other cell organelles other than nucleus. Okay. So let us recall the names of cell organelles other than nucleus. So now first one is mitochondria. Mitochondria. Endoplasmic reticulum. Golgi body, which is also called as a Golgi apparatus. Lysosomes, then ribosomes, then plastids, vacuoles. Plastids, vacuoles. Is it clear to you? So, cell organelles which you are learning in detail: mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosomes, ribosomes, plastids and vacuoles. Other than nucleus and cytoplasm, you are going to learn. Why? Because in unicellular organisms, that single cell alone is doing all the functions. Okay, but here the cell organelles which are present, different cell organelles which are present, they are having their own specific functions. Is it clear to you? So plastids, if you take what is the function of plastids, means they are plastids, chloroplastids. Do you remember? So they help in the process of photosynthesis. Whereas ribosomes, protein synthesis, or mitochondria, it helps in releasing of energy, like that. So they have their own functions. So all these cell organelles are present inside the cell and they are performing their specific functions. Is it clear to children? And the structure of each and every cell organelle and functions are different. So that we are going to learn in detail the structure of all these cell organelles and their functions. First we learn about the important cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. ER, endoplasmic reticulum. So if we observe the cell which is collected from any part of the plant under the microscope, or peel of skin cells, so if we observe them under the microscope, we can see with the help of electron microscope, if we observe the cell and cell organelles. So inside the cell, we are going to observe a network of structures. Network. Okay. So all the cell organelles are present and a network will be there. Network like structures will be seen. Okay, tube like structures. So they are said to be endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, what do they do? So network means, you know, so it is, they are going to connect all the cell organelles, and they are, how they are means, the endoplasmic reticulum, it is present as tubes or sheets. Sometimes they are present they are present inside the cell, and they are going to give the framework to the cell organelles. So suppose this endoplasmic reticulum, if we observe, which is said to be of two types. Two types. So you can see. So this is a new. This is a like this. So we are observing. So what are these structures? We will learn later. Now please, this endoplasmic reticulum is a tube-like or sheet-like structures which are present in the cell, and they are just like a cell membrane, like we can observe them. Is it clear to children? Then this endoplasmic reticulum, sometimes it is having the granular structures, granule-like structures which are present on them. So these granule-like structures, when they are present on the membrane of this endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as a rough endoplasmic reticulum. If granules are absent, it is called as a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Is it clear to you? If granule-like structures are present on the membrane of this network framework, that is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. What are those granules? Means ribosomes. If ribosomes are present, again what are ribosomes? Ribosomes are other cell organelles. So these ribosomes are present on the endoplasmic reticulum, then it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Sometimes we are not observing ribosomes on the membrane of endoplasmic reticulum, then it is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so now structure, if we see, the endoplasmic reticulum is said to be tube-like structures. Is it clear? Is it not, children? So lumen is present, and they are helping in transporting the materials whichever are prepared. So from one place to other place inside the cell. Is it clear to you? Followed? So the endoplasmic reticulum is a tube-like structure, membrane-bound tube-like structures which are present inside the cell, and they are going to give the network, and they are going to help in transporting the materials to the needy places inside the cell. Is it clear to children? Then endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. One is said to be rough endoplasmic reticulum, and other one is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Why we are calling it as a rough and smooth means, just now I said on the membrane of this endoplasmic reticulum, if we observe ribosomes, what are these granules, children? They are called ribosomes. So these ribosomes are, if they are present on this, then it is rough endoplasmic reticulum. If ribosomes are absent, it is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now coming to the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. So rough endoplasmic reticulum, as it contains ribosomes, it is performing one kind of function, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum is performing other function. Is it clear to children? So this rough endoplasmic reticulum, as it contains ribosomes. So what is the function of ribosomes means? They help in the synthesis of proteins. Is it clear to you? So protein synthesis is happening because of ribosomes. Okay, so if it is said there like that, as they are present on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum. What is the function of this? It helps in protein synthesis. It helps in protein synthesis. Is it clear to children? Rough endoplasmic reticulum helps in protein synthesis. It is preparing proteins. Then smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it doesn't have any ribosomes. So it is performing other kind of function. What is that means? It is helping in lipid synthesis. Lipids are fats. Is it clear to children? So lipid synthesis is going to happen because of a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Is it clear to you? Rough endoplasmic reticulum is taking part in protein synthesis. So now here, as these functions are going to be carried out by rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, after the preparation of those substances in the cell by this membrane, they are going to be transported to the other cell organelles or other places wherever they are needed. Is it clear to you? So proteins or lipids, what for they are needed means for growth, for development, for repair work, for manufacturing of the cell membrane. All yesterday you learned cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins like that. Suppose by chance if the cell membrane is getting damaged, again it is getting to the normal position or normal structure because of the proteins which are transported to that particular area. Is it clear to children? So these materials are going to be transported through this endoplasmic reticulum, and the repair work or the development or the growth of that particular cell organelle is going to happen because of this endoplasmic reticulum. Is it clear to children? Then coming to the next point, here this smooth endoplasmic reticulum is performing another function. Okay, another function. What is that another function? Very important function carried out by smooth endoplasmic reticulum means, so you know that organisms are of living, especially animal group. Animals are basically divided into two groups on the basis of presence or absence of a vertebral column. Okay, so the backbone whichever are having, they are called as vertebrates, and the animals which does not have backbone or vertebral column, they are called as invertebrates. Is it clear to you? So in all the vertebrate animals, vertebrate animals, is it clear to you? So we come under which group, children? Vertebrates or invertebrates? Yes, you are right. We are said to be vertebrate animals. We have backbone, is it not, children? Like all the higher animals. Is it clear to you? So fish you can take, or a bird you can take, birds you can take, or amphibians, frog or salamanders you can take. Then what is that? All reptiles you can take. That lizards and all. Okay. Then finally mammals. So all these group of organisms are coming under vertebrata. So you are learning that in higher next lessons of your class only. So in vertebrate animals, all of us. So we have the organ called liver. So liver is there or not, children? Liver is the largest gland present in our body, even other mammals also. Is it clear to you? So in vertebrate animals, the liver cells. So in the liver cells are there. So what do we call that liver cells? They are called as hepatocytes. So now what is the function of liver cells here? So they are going to help in, okay, the liver cells, this smooth endoplasmic reticulum is going to play a crucial role in detoxifying any poisonous substances. Is it clear to you? You know that liver helps in emulsification of fats. So digestion of fats is happening because of liver. Apart from that, any pathogens when they enter, or the materials which our body does not require when they enter, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, what it is going to do means of liver cells helping in detoxifying. Means what? The effect of that will be controlled. Okay, that is because of a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, where only in vertebrate animals. Is it clear to you? So, in vertebrate animals, the liver cells are smooth endoplasmic reticulum in vertebrates animals, where that liver cells they are going to help in detoxifying poisonous chemicals. Is it clear to you? Or poisonous poisons or drugs or any other unwanted materials are getting neutralized. That is because of a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Till now you learned separately the different the functions carried out by rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It's not, children? So this rough endoplasmic reticulum is taking part in protein synthesis, manufacturing proteins. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, as it doesn't have ribosomes, it helps in the lipid synthesis, like that you learned. And another important function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum also you learned, that is it helps in detoxifying poisonous drugs or other substances which entered into the body in the vertebrate animals liver cells. So all together, if we observe the functions of endoplasmic reticulum, so you learned that endoplasmic reticulum, it's a tube-like membrane bound structure which is almost equal to the structure of plasma membrane, like you learned. Is it not, children? So it is going to provide channel for transporting materials. Is it clear to you? So you know that proteins which are prepared by the ribosomes, they are going to be transported to the places, specific place where they are in need. That is happening because of endoplasmic reticulum. Then it is as it is present inside the cell, forming as network so as it forms the network, and that network in the cell is helping in performing biochemical activities. So what are the different kinds of biochemical activities happening by the different cell organelles? So different cell organelles are performing different functions. So biochemical, like photosynthesis you can take, or digestion you can take, or respiration you can take. So these are all said to be biochemical reactions, so which are going to be happening. So as it is present as a framework, so it is going to help in performing the biochemical activities. Is it clear to children? Then apart from that, this endoplasmic reticulum is helping a lot in transporting the materials also from one place to another place. So in that way, the endoplasmic reticulum is an important cell organelle present in the cells. Now we learn about lysosomes. Lysosomes. So lysosomes are also cell organelles, tiny particles. They look like tiny particles which are present inside the cell. So suppose if we observe the cell, so we can see tiny particle like structures inside the cell. So they are called as lysosomes. So before the discovery of lysosomes, the scientists were wondering why. Because if anything happened to the cell, the cell is not getting damaged, okay, or the cell organelles are not getting damaged. How it was happening, they were not knowing. Later the scientists discovered the tiny particles which are present, and they are called as lysosomes, and later they came to know that the lysosomes are playing a crucial role in protecting the cell. Is it clear to you? In what way? Means inside the cell, suppose if we observe, there are some enzymes, children. Enzymes are there. What are enzymes? Means enzymes are biological catalysts. They speed up the rate of reaction. Is it clear to children? All biochemical reactions are happening. Just now I said biochemical reactions, respiration, digestion, or photosynthesis. All these activities are called as biochemical reactions. So when these biochemical reactions are happening because of the enzymes which are present inside the cell. What are enzymes means what I said, they are biological catalysts. They speed up the rate of biochemical reactions. So those enzymes which are present, sometimes they destroy the cell and cell organelles. But it was not happening. So that was wonder to the scientists. Is it clear to you? So how the cell is getting protected? Later they discovered that tiny particles, and they are called as lysosomes, and lysosomes are very important. In what way? Protecting the cell. So how this lysosome, if we observe, so just like granule like structures we observe in the cell, and they are having destructive enzymes. You got the point, children? The lysosomes are having destructive enzymes, and these destructive enzymes are going to help in neutralizing the effect of other enzymes which are going to damage the cell. I hope you understood. Okay, so the cell organelles are transported to the lysosomes, especially this dead RBC. They are going to reach the lysosomes. Actually, dead RBC or dead cells, they are going to reach the lysosomes. Is it clear to you? So though after they are transported to the lysosomes with the help of Golgi apparatus or endoplasmic reticulum, what will happen means they are going to be destroyed. How that destroying process is going to happen? That is because of destructive enzymes which are present inside the lysosomes. Have you followed? So the lysosomes are membrane bound tiny cell organelles which are present inside the cell, and they are having destructive enzymes, and those enzymes are going to destroy the dead cells or any other destructive any other enzymes which are causing harm to the cellular activities. Okay, so how it is happening means the destructive materials are going to be transported to the lysosomes through the Golgi apparatus, and immediately the lysosome will burst and it releases the destructive enzymes, and they act on the substances or dead cells which are causing harm to the cell, and they are going to be engulfed or they are going to be getting digested. Is it clear to you? Then what will happen means because of that the lysosomes are playing a crucial role or play very important role in destroying the cells which are causing harm or cell parts. So that's why lysosomes are called as suicidal bags of the cell. So which cell organelle is called the suicidal bags of the cell? Lysosomes. Why they are called as suicidal bags of the cell? Any poisonous substances or dead cells which are formed, dead cells or dead organelles which are formed inside the cell, they are going to be transported to the lysosomes, and the lysosome bursts and releases the destructive enzymes, and those enzymes are going to act on the dead cell organelles, and they are going to be getting digested. Is it clear to you? Especially these lysosomes are graveyard for RBC. Graveyard means we know. Is it not, children? So all the dead RBC will be reached there, and they are going to be getting damaged. So like that bad effect which is caused because of the dead cells is not showing any effect in our body. That is because of lysosomes. So that is the reason these lysosomes are called as suicidal bags of the cell. So in today's class we learned about the endoplasmic reticulum and lysosomes. Tomorrow we will discuss about some other cell organelles. Is it clear to you? So I hope writing is it clear, children? If it is not clear, please give me a message.